the recent statistics in Australia were very clear. There is a sharp increase of people moving away from religion and either altogether becoming atheistic or becoming someone who doesn't ascribe to an organized religion but still feels themselves to be spiritual, right? Um, and the reason I would openly say, and it's something that, maybe a lot of people might not like to hear, but it's because um, when religions have beliefs, dogmatic ideas, which are completely against reason and rationality, and in actuality, something that you as a human being or your human nature can't agree to. I mean, it's just something which isn't according to the psyche of a human being. Then naturally people, start to fall away from it. And that has been the case, unfortunately, with a number of religions. And I would argue that Christianity is at the forefront of this. There are a number of dogmatic beliefs that have unfortunately been held onto, or even I would, as a Muslim, we say that these are beliefs that have been produced later on. They're not found in the original teachings of Christ or within the life of Jesus himself, right? And what that then leads to is people then becoming disillusioned by the religion and eventually just falling away because they think that, well, this religion has nothing for me. They're just a set of rituals that I don't necessarily need to do, right? And then in that vein, if you move slightly forward, a lot of people holding this worldview then start to judge Islam based on this, right? They think that, well, if this is the case with Christianity, then it must be the case with Islam, right? And you'll see a lot of leading atheists, instead of actually looking into the religion of Islam, really trying to understand the philosophy of Islam. They just make sweeping statements, or they've already made their mind up that, well, it must be something completely similar to modern Christianity, hence it's not relevant today. And another thing that you'll observe as well, actually, is that there are certain religions in the world today that people are readily adopting, right? But then those religions have had to a certain degree, um, completely reshape their image and only present principles which the modern mind can agree to. And on the basis of that, someone might call themselves a practicing or a modern Buddhist, right? Because they ascribe to the benefits of meditation, etc. So it's a really an interesting situation that you see. Um, Whereas, when you look at the religion of Islam, um, it's so in line with the human psyche, right? If you actually look into the principles and the values that Islam presents, it's just about living a balanced life, really, isn't it? Islam addresses a number of issues, including your diet, how you should regulate your time during the day. How do you ensure that you are mentally as well as physically fit, etc., etc. All of these things are described by Islam, and these are things that now, which is interesting, you find in self-help books that people are running towards. And to be honest, I've read a number of these self-help books, and every time I'm just like taken back, and I think, well, this has already been described by Islam quite extensively, really. So I think another reason for this situation that we have is a grave misunderstanding found in society today. And to be very honest, I'll be quite frank, I don't blame society at all for it. I mean, if you're constantly presented with these illogical, dogmatic, ritualistic ideas that don't really have anything to do with, living a life fully and appropriately, then obviously, naturally, you'll move away from religion and you'll try to find things which aren't redundant and which are a bit better and more efficient for your life, right?